So today we're going to be drawing and designing the radiator cowlings on the Harley. As I've told you before, it's just going to be two skeleton hands climbing up the side of the radiator cowl. So I've got the cowl sketched out on here, and I was just going to draw some bones in, just lightly, just sketching in. So now I'm putting some colour in just to show me where I need to go with the outline. It's a little trick I use when I'm drawing things. Always start with the colour rather than do the outline and then colour in, rework it in reverse. This gives you an idea of where it is. So that is what it's going to look like, really. Get some deep bits, deep yellow in it to give some real nice contrast. Just patches of it, you know. Some of the red and rugged old hand that used to have skin on it. There we have it. So next stage is to get these panels ground down. Then we'll be applying, this is fibre. Now this is like a body filler with fibreglass in it, so we can build it up with this. So I'll be mixing it here, and I'll be making these in 3D on top of these panels. And then we've got to rub them down. We'll use Dremel on them to get in there and make them look like bones before we airbrush them. See you in the next section. So, devastation in paradise. I'm really depressed and upset about what I'm going to tell you now. We've done the video and all the making of the side pods on the Harley. That means that I've illustrated and designed them. Then I've rubbed all the pods down to make them nice and rough to take the paint and the skeleton hands. Then I've moulded the skeleton hands. I've then airbrushed the skeleton hands. I've then painted the black back on around the edge. Then I've done 7 coats of lacquer, and this is what we've ended up with. I'm going to tell you the problem in a minute. So there's the 2 side pods. I actually love the way they've come out. I'm really pleased with them. So this morning we got together to do the video in the editing suite, and we realised that the cameras, action cameras which we were using, have got some errors on them. They had errored, one had turned off, one of them I had left the screen cover on, and basically there's no video of me airbrushing these or making them. So we're going to start again now. So you've seen these before we make them, so I'm not going to grind both of them off. I think I like probably that one, so we're going to keep that one, and then this one I'm going to take it now, or we're going to grind the whole thing off again, and I've got to start again. So this was 4 days work. So, but we're going to try and do this all in a day now, because I've obviously been able to practice. So I'm devastated, I'm upset, but we're going to go for it, and you'll understand what we went through. I need a plug, Jay. You can look back on me doing it, can't you? 'Cause I've got, oh, fucking hell. Oh, don't matter, does it, Jay? So here we go then. So I might be smiling outside, but I'm crying inside, so please forgive me. But here we go then. 2 days work here. Very sad. So there we have it, guys. I'm smiling now because I can get on with it and get it done now. So let's go and get on with it. Just need to get a bit of something on it. Nice. Are you filming now? Bloody hell, Jay. Filming me all the time. Need some aggressive rubbing down paper. There we have some. So I'm just rubbing this down because once I've got the hand 3D on there, it's going to be real difficult to rub the rest of it down, because obviously I've got to paint it black again. But we're rushing along, trying to do this in a day. That she keeps moaning about. Every time she needs something, she says, "Where's the kitchen roll? There's the kitchen roll." Ugh. Here we go. So here we are. We've rubbed it all down. We're going to mould it now. So first thing, let's get the tub open. So we've ground it down, and that gives it a good key for the filler to grip to the surface. And we do need that to happen. We can't have it falling off. So right, here we go. The trick here is when I first done these, I used to mix too much up, and it dries really fast, especially on a hot day like today. So that's probably enough. So we get some of that. This is the activator, which makes it go hard. A bit of that was too much, so it's going to go hard really quick now. So I've got to mix that in. If we don't mix it right in, you leave some of the stuff without activator. It's soft and you can't really paint it very well, so we've got to do this properly. And you can see when that activator is mixed in because of the colour of the fibreglass. Right, so here we go then, let's do something. So I'll take a lump, we'll start on the bones at the back. Yeah, we'll do the bones. Let's get them on. And it's really just playing around with this, you know, making it look like bones. Probably doesn't yet, but it will. So, and also you really got to push it onto the surface because you want it to adhere to the surface because you don't want your bones falling off. Now all this mess here, all these lines and all the depressions and ribs and whatever, on a car you'd be getting them out because they'd show. But on this, it actually makes it look like a bone, you see, because they're cracking and you know, they're years old, they've been in a grave, you know, or whatever. So I would say it's nearly one bone done. We'll make it wider on the head because I want to have it that little dog bone sort of McDonald's arch sort of look on the top. So we'll do that a little bit wider there. That should do, I think. No, a bit wider, I think. That's nice. I'm going to put a little ridge in this because I want it to have a sort of depression throughout it so that it looks more bone-like. Right, okay, that's one done. Yeah, it's starting to go hard already. Do want a gap in the middle. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing here. I'm trying to flatten it off a little bit. Use the last stuff. Put this up the top. because I want a big head on the bone. I reckon that's going to be all right, you know. Right, that's the first one's done. Right, so now, did you get that? Right, so we've just got to clean this now before it goes off. Right, next stage, lid on that. Here we go again. So this is the last stage, I think. We're going to get the small finger in and just play around in the palm of the hand on the knuckles there. And I think we're there. Strange how that's a different colour, but I'm not sure why. I mean, this is off now, look. Off, gone real hard. And this is red, getting really hot, this is, because the chemical reaction causes heat. So, right, so I'm just going to move around a little bit because I need to get the small finger in here now. So, very thin little finger it is. I think that's it, really. Yeah. So I'm happy with that. I think that really looks good. I know, but I think it's quite good. Yeah. Yeah. It's no good playing around with it. It's just got to let it dry now. We move. Oh. We can't have to do. We can't do this again. It's got to be right this time. Right, so I'm going to clean up now, and then we're going to get out. We're going to grind it, Dremel it, and we're going to turn it into a skeleton sand. So, right, we're going to get on with making that into that. So, first thing I'm going to do is just take the roughness of the top off it. So, this is going to throw a lot of dust that way. So now that's sort of taking shape as a hand. So I'm just going to mark it up now. So I reckon, so that's the knuckle, 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 knuckle. So then we got 1, 2, 3 things. So that's 1. So on the thumb you have knuckle 1, 2. And now, so you only have 2 on your thumb. So there's 1 there. We'll take some of that off, and then we have knuckle 1, 2. We'll take some of that one off. Knuckle 1, 2. Knuckle 1, 2. So that's roughly where we want to be. So now with the little Dremel blade, we're going to put a little bit of detail into it. So I'm just cutting the joints for the bones in now. Really a bit rough at the moment, but it'll all become clear when I've done them a bit more. And then just sort of trying to cut some of this out to make it more interesting. Got 1 joint there, 1 joint there. The deeper these go, the better. The more 3D the hand will look. one, nice and deep. So that's all done now. Ground it down with a Dremel. It's looking quite nice. It's looking a bit like a skeleton's hand. So the next process is we need to primer it to lose all these. We've got so many marks in it. We can't get in there to rub down that and smoothing it off. So we're going to prime it and let the primer, it's called primer filler, and it actually fills as well. So we're going to let it settle on there and sink into it. We'll probably give it 3 coats and then we'll be ready to put some black on it. So let's go and do the primer now. Can't keep spraying myself. Right, let's get some primer on. So we're building up the layers now so that it sinks in and fills a lot of the marks in on it, because we just can't rub down in between it. So we need this primer to go off quite quickly. You see I'm really hammering it on really. And that's filling up all them little holes and whatever. Just make it look a bit smoother. You have to keep it dry. We don't want runs in it. So this is only a base, a really fine coat of black, just to make it look black. They call it a base coat because all the depth of the paint is done with the lacquer. We're going to put 7 layers of lacquer on it, so this doesn't have to be that thick really. We're going to leave it at that now. We need to leave it now to dry basically before we can do the airbrushing on the hand now. So it needs a little bit of time. So we'll just leave that now and come back in a half-hour or something. Right, we're just going to get the compressor turned on so we can get some air into the airbrush. Come for a walk if you want. It's like Fort Knox around here. It's on there. Pelvic pressure. Teething troubles. Very strong. No air pressure. What's going on? I didn't have the airline plugged in. The airline won't plug into the compressor. Little trick, that is. Right, hopefully we should have pressure now. Right, so we're going to airbrush it now. It's not perfectly dry, but it'll be fine. So we don't need a lot of paint for an airbrush. We're just going to take a spoonful of that. Because this is an airbrush, we've got to thin this down, even though it's quite thin anyway. So we're going to put a little bit of thinners in it. Only a smidge. That should go. Now I'm just taking it off the brush into the top of the airbrush. We'll probably hold this up and we'll see it better. So the airbrush can just spray down to the same width as a HB pencil. Oh, look at that. Under it, really, so all these bones do look good. The good thing about it, it's a very soft paint. So, but if you use brushing this on it, you get harsh edges and it don't look so realistic really. It don't look so worn. I don't think anyone else would actually airbrush like this with the thing not properly dry and holding the airbrush up. In the end, the airbrush, the air's not turning off, look, that's sticking down, so it's an unbelievable situation really. But it will look brilliant when it's finished. That's what I do know. So all the marks in it now that we had in the fiberglass and bits of dust and stuff, they're all sitting there and they're coming showing through now, but that's what makes it look good really. Just cleaning that out into there now. So now we're going to put some candy apple red in it. And candy apple is it's not opaque, it's just like a translucent paint, which gives a really great effect because you can see the paint that's underneath it. So, and again, this has to be reduced right down, even though it's almost like an ink. So I'll put some reducer in first. So this is candy apple red, this is called. If you come and have a look at it, you'll see the colour when it comes through. Yeah, so it's like a blood red, really nice colour. Right, so now I've got some candy yellow in here. So when I spray the candy yellow and you'll see all the colour, the red and everything through the yellow, and we'll get some amazing tones from within it. So let's have a go, let's just get some on it. There it comes. See them nice tones coming in now. So basically, I've got to spray some black around it, so I'm using the exact black which I sprayed the tank with, and I'm just spraying in here until I've got some black, basically. There's my black, yeah? So I'll put that in the gun. Not too much. Spill that, so I'm just going to put the lid on this so I don't spill that black. So it looks like I put quite a lot in it. Let's just get it through. There we are, it's through already, look at that. So this is, we have to be really precise with this. So we're going to be starting on this just in case it spits. Just carefully, again, it's quite laborious, but you just got to be careful. Just going to go in where you think there should be shadows, you just go in there. So around there. And we'll even enhance the holes in the bones later on. Because you need some depth, and shadow gives you depth. If it's a spray gun and it's spraying forward, I'm just doing all the forward ones now. And then we'll turn it around and do the black. So just there, I'll just go over that and that gives it a bit of shadow. Go up into that little bit. Around here. Up there, I think there's a shadow. Maybe up there a little bit. Even that bit there, I'll just put a little bit of dark in there. It pulls that black bit out of this one there, look. A little bit of black there, maybe. A bit too much, really, but one there, you know. And it just lifts the thing. Not going to do that one there. Gives that little softer edge to the bones, and then now I can see. Look. Well, I think that's good enough. Yeah. Right, so that's it. That's what it's going to look like. So we just need to lacquer it up tomorrow, and I think that does a good job. It looks like bone to me. You? Yeah, so that's cool. Well, thanks for watching. We're going to lacquer it tomorrow when the sun's out again, and then we'll fit them to the bike. So everyone, we're ready to lacquer the side panel, the second generation of the side panel. So I've got some 2-pack lacquer here. Now I've got a spraying kit here. I've got all the compressor and all that lot, but this just makes it so easy to use, you know. So what we're going to do first, we're just going to get this shook up, and in this can there's so you've got the lacquer in it, then you've got the 2-pack activator. Now normally if I was spraying with a big gun, I'd be pouring the lacquer in, putting the activator in, and maybe a little bit of thinners, and then that will go hard, that will go solid within a day. You know, that'll be a solid. If you left it in the can, it'd be solid. So what we have to do, we have to mix the activator in this can. It is pretty cool what you do. So you pull that out, the top out, break the can lid, and then you put this on the bottom of the can, like so, and then you just push it, you just break, I'm going to break the bottom now. Now that has introduced the activator into this lacquer now. So we need to start shaking it in, mixing it in. In the meantime, because it's quite cold today, I'm going to just warm this up a little bit whilst doing that at the same time. Because if there's any grease on that, the paint won't stick and you get funny marks, orange peeling, loads of different effects, which we don't want, obviously. So that's it, that'll do. So that's totally degreased now. The next thing is to keep shaking this and start warming it up, ready to paint it. Now the thing is, today, what I normally do with my lacquer, I just put a really rough coat on just to adhere to the surface, because I'm going to spray this really heavy because I want it to sink in flat and I don't want it to have loads of bumps on it. So I always spray heavy, but with the bump, with the very light coat at the start, it holds it in place so we don't get any runs and things. And also, with it being heated, it evaporates the thinners in this very quickly, so we won't get no runs, hopefully. Just let that go off. You see the colours pinging out of the hand now. It just lifts all the colours that I've airbrushed into the design. So it's the following day, and we've sprayed it, as you know, yesterday. We've lacquered it, 7 coats of lacquer on this bit. I'm still a bit depressed, but I'm really pleased with the result. So you can still subscribe or like us if you feel sympathetic for me, but come and have a look and see. I've got one on. The one that we've done yesterday is in my hand. This is the one that we've done the day before, which is on the bike. I sort of like it. I mean, for all the work that went into it, you can hardly see it really, but you know, it's a nice little touch. So we've got this one. This took all last night drying, and I can feel it's a little bit tacky. So I'm not going to put it on yet. We'll put that on later. So we're going to leave it there, but we're not going to tread on it while I'm talking to you, I hope. So probably next I'm going to do a backbone on the front mudguard, and obviously we'll have the cameras turned on for that and no lens caps on, so that'll be good. And then next I've got some panels that go over here, which are chrome at the moment, and they're like air intakes, but I'm going to probably put a spider's web on them, weld a little spider's web on them, but you'll see me doing that. I've got this chrome off, we're making that in brass, we're making a nice embellishment for this water pipe, and we're going to cut a Harley Davidson logo out of a belt buckle which I bought off eBay. So we're going to cut it out, file it, trim it, and then we're going to solder that onto the brass cowl for that, and obviously you'll see that happening. Subscribe and like us if you feel sorry for me or you like what I'm doing, and we'll move on to the next thing. So thanks for watching.